Hello, this is David.
And this is Aylin.
For me, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys that okay. One more time. Can we do it again? I f***ed up the beginning. One more time.
Wait, do I?
No, you can. It can go.
Okay, it's continue. Yeah. And we're gonna do this episode about Istanbul. So, Aylin, would you like to tell us about Istanbul a little bit? About you, Istanbul?
Yes. So I just moved back after not being here for a few years, and I'm originally half Turkish and half Russian.
Oh.
But I grew up in Russia, and I moved here when I was 12.
Yeah.
And then left again a few years later, and so now I'm going to be re-experiencing the city again, from
Awesome.
almost from scratch. But of course, I have some background with this place.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
So that's my my current position here.
Nice.
What about yourself?
It's been 5 years. I've been living in Istanbul. I consider myself a Istanbuler at this point. I guess I deserve that title. I mean, I've been through a lot in this city, and I'm planning to stay more. I guess I'm gonna stay for a longer time, a little bit more. But yeah. So let's start questions. What do you say?
I actually have a question for you already.
Oh my
You
god.
said I'm an Istanbuler, and then you said because I've been through a lot. Would you say that is a requirement for earning the title of
Oh
being
yeah.
an
Oh
Istanbuler?
yeah, for sure. I mean, to be Istanbuler, you gotta feel the pain of Istanbul. I mean,
Yeah.
Istanbul. I'd say Istanbul is a mixture of pain, excitement, adventure, stress. So it's something that you're suffering from, but you
Yeah.
can't give up on that. Like
Yeah.
you want to do it again and again, and it's just so addictive at the same time. I always had this love and hate connection with Istanbul. There are times I love Istanbul. There are times that I just have a look at Bosphorus and everything seemed great, wonderful, and there are times that I just want to jump out of the Boğaziçi Bridge and just, it's just too much.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree with you.
You do understand what I say.
Completely understand. And I think a lot of people would also understand this perspective on it.
I guess so. I guess. But I'm not sure about people who are out of Istanbul planning to move to Istanbul. I guess they should know. They should know things, and we are here to talk about it. So
Yeah.
let me ask you. I say Istanbul. What do you say?
I mean, the classic thing that people say is like, they call it chaos, we call it home. That's like the one phrase that everybody just
Yes.
loves to use
Yeah.
and reuse and like put
Yeah.
on shirts and stuff. I actually like that phrase. Like, it's one of those rare cases where lots of marketing in one direction is actually working, I think,
Yeah.
because it is chaotic, but for me, it's home. And that can mean a lot, it doesn't mean that it's like cozy and nice all the
Yeah.
time necessarily, but I do feel at home here. So I think that's the one word that I would use for this place, and that's the feeling that I have associated with it.
So let me ask you this. This is out of everything we prepared, to be honest. I want to ask you if you could describe Istanbul with one Turkish word.
Turkish word.
Yes. What would that be?
Of.
I can't agree more. That's Istanbul.
Not even a word, it's a sound. Yeah.
Of ya.
Of ya. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, maybe it's just me, like, with my
Yes,
complainy personality,
yes.
but I think there's just, like, being frustrated is, like, an integral part of being in the city,
Yeah.
Because it's just in the air. Like, everyone is going through it. Everyone's going through
Yeah.
the frustration.
Yeah.
Like, the taxi drivers, like, I don't know, pedestrians, like, whoever it is, everyone's constantly frustrated and fighting over something in a sense.
Things are intense.
Yeah.
Things are intense,
Definitely.
yeah. I would say "of" would be a very good word to describe Istanbul with. Or I personally would say "nasıl yani?"
Nasıl
Like,
yani?
if there are times in Istanbul, I just ask myself "nasıl yani?" Like, how did it happen?
Yeah.
So it's just full of series of unexpected events.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes unfortunate, sometimes fortunate, right?
True, yes. Agree.
But always unexpected.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
unexpected. Yeah, so true. So, You gonna go next with the question?
Sure. So might be a bit of a strange one, but
Okay.
do you think the city is a man or a woman?
Oh, Istanbul is a woman.
Okay.
100%.
I completely
100%.
disagree with that.
Istanbul is.
Like,
I'd
fully
I'd
disagree with
say
that.
Istanbul is a bad girlfriend.
Okay.
You know, like it's like you fall in love with the city, and you can't just end your relationship, but you're having a hard time.
Okay, so it's like a toxic relationship a little bit.
I didn't want to say that because there is this joy in toxic relationship. I want to be
Oh,
focused
yeah.
on the joy of the
That's
toxic
why
relationship.
it's what we'll
yeah.
go for.
Yeah. So
I
what
mean-
do you say to that question?
I mean, I think that Istanbul is a man for me.
Really?
Yeah, like the spirit and essence of the city is very masculine. I don't know why. Maybe it's the history. Maybe I don't know. Like all the things it's been called as well, like Constantinople. Like that sounds like a man to me. It doesn't really sound like a woman, you know. So I
Oh.
think I'm just basing it off of the names, maybe.
I see.
And yeah, just all the like this is the capital of centuries of battlefields, you know what I mean? It's very like masculine,
Yeah, I understand.
dominant.
I mean,
But
you have a point there.
yeah, I think I do have a point.
Yeah.
But you also have a point.
Well, my perspective is that personal experience. I visited Istanbul as a tourist first time, and you look at the Bosphorus and you're like, wow, this is magnificent. This is great. You have these amazing architecture. The city attracts you to it. You make a decision to move in. Right? It happened to many of my friends, to be honest. And then you move into the city, and then there's Metrobus.
yeah.
And then there's constant crowd pushing you. You're smashed in the crowd, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, nobody told me before I moved to Istanbul that this is gonna be my daily life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a
Definitely.
thing, that's a
It's
thing.
really nice, like from a I mean, it's nice here as well. I don't want to like put anybody off right now.
No. It's great. I mean, it was great enough for us to make an episode of podcast about Istanbul.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely not boring. Like,
No,
if
no,
there's
no, no,
one
no, no,
thing
no,
that
no.
it will never be, it's boring.
No way.
You
No
know?
way. Yeah, you never get bored here.
And that's actually pretty good because I've lived in some really boring places in the world.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna mention
Don't
them
mention
because
them.
people might be upset.
yes, don't mention them. Maybe
But-
people can comment later. I don't know. Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe they're just boring in respect to, you know, the fact that I experienced this
Oh,
type
yeah.
of city.
Oh,
It's unlike a lot of places in the world, you know, and I think that's what makes it so special, and that's what draws so many people in despite like the struggles, like the ones we talked about, you know.
yeah.
The fact that it's chaos, the fact that it's intense. I remember once like I was talking about New York,
Mm-hmm.
and someone was like, oh, but it's so crazy there. And I was like, yeah, really? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
You know,
compared
they're
to
like, how are you going
Istanbul?
to live there with the taxis and the people? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm from a city that's like 20 million, like,
True.
and you know, it's not even registered, but we just know that there's that many people, you
it's
know?
like a country to me sometimes.
It is a country.
It is a
It's
country.
huge.
It's
Even
huge.
getting from one place to another, like,
Sometimes like 3 hours on the way.
yeah, 3, 4, 5. It
Yeah,
can take a
true.
day if you're
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
in
yeah,
traffic,
yeah.
like, you
True,
know.
true. I've had that experience once.
And I just feel like I'd rather go to the airport and like fly somewhere sometimes than actually like make it from one
Makes sense.
area of the city to another, you know?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is crazy.
I have this weird question to ask you.
Okay.
So what's the weirdest taste you've ever had in Istanbul?
Okay. You know, the only thing that comes to mind right now, I don't know if it's really weird, but it's kind of gross to be honest. But once I left like a bar or a club or something, this was years ago, and then there was midye on the side of the street.
Okay.
And I ate it all, like
Immediate
a bunch of it.
to those who don't know what media
Oh yeah,
is.
it's mussels with like rice
Rice?
that's cooked.
And a spice?
Honestly, my whole life I've been thinking, how do they make it?
Yeah,
it's
same.
closed,
I
like-
have
I
no
was like,
idea.
do they boil them separately and then put the
Yeah,
rice
yeah, yeah,
inside and
yeah.
then close it again and then open it for you and then put it like
That's
what's
super
going
weird.
on?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because they open it in front of you. Like, do they reclose it? Anyway, so it's mussel with rice. And I don't know what, you know, one might say about that being a drunk food, but it worked for me in the moment. But
true.
I don't think they were fresh. So it
Oh.
tasted so strange. but I kind of was just so starved that I powered through. So that's the one like
She was drunk.
moment that comes to mind right now. Like it's just that weird media on the
Yeah.
side of the street in Taksim.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
What
That's
about-
that's what happens. To be honest, that's what happens in Istanbul. You get drunk. I mean, and then you find a buffet probably or a place to
Yeah.
buy media and
Yeah.
just start eating off the plate and
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest going for like börek or something
Oh.
instead, or like pide, or even lahmacun. I don't know, or a
Yeah.
slack burger. You know?
Oh yeah, wet
like
burger.
those-
There's
yeah, wet
something
burger.
there's something in Istanbul in Turkey, I guess. It's called wet burger.
Yeah,
It's a burger that is wet.
but it's good,
It is good.
It's so
It is
good.
good. It's good. But it was
especially on a night out.
yes.
It's so good.
true.
That was like the
I guess
staple of
we
my
really like
youth.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
let's
That's
talk about like negative things.
okay.
now. No,
Okay.
I'm
All right.
kidding. I want to ask you the same question. What's the
Okay.
weirdest thing that you ever tasted?
I'm not gonna give you the same answer. She expect me to give you guys the same answer I just told her before we start shooting. I'm not gonna go with that. The weirdest taste I would say işkembe.
Yeah.
Işkembe, it's just
That is
it
a weird
looks
taste.
weird, and Google it.
Yeah,
Guys,
Google it.
işkembe.
Soup. It's a soup. Did you
Yeah,
say?
but Google it. I'm not gonna comment until you see it by yourself. You don't need to try it. Just looking at it is just weird.
Yeah, it is. Same
Yeah.
as kokoreç. That's really weird.
Oh yeah.
But I've stayed away from it, to be honest. I've tasted like a tiny little bit,
I
but
see.
yeah, I grew up very like animal rights, like activism type
Nice.
of thing. So
well, good. That's
good.
by the way, that's something about
So-
Istanbul. That's something about Turkey. People love animals.
Yeah,
It's
they
in
do.
it's in Turkish culture. Honestly.
Especially cats.
Especially
I mean, cats are a separate.
This is the city of cats.
Yeah.
This is the city
definitely.
of cats. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my last question for you.
Okay.
What's Istanbul like? I mean, there are many people watching this video, and some of them may be in Istanbul, some of them might be out of Istanbul, thinking to visit or to move.
Yeah.
What's Istanbul like, really?
I mean, we kind of touched on it already through
Yeah,
like the
true.
things that we've been talking about, but it's like something you've never experienced before,
Okay.
I would say. Yeah. So
True.
it's hard to describe. I mean, I think it's always worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I would never really like cover up like the difficulties that you can
Yeah,
experience
yeah,
here, you know. And when some people I know have expressed to me in the past like, oh, this is so cool, I would love to like be here for
Yeah.
some time, whatever, I do say it's great, but then I'm not like shying away from admitting some of the issues that one might run into as like a foreigner, whatever, which we can also touch on in later episodes.
Yeah, later episodes.
But I think it's always worth it
Mhm.
because I don't think anybody, or I mean maybe this is a generalization, but I think it's really hard to like leave this place without it fundamentally changing your life
Oh, yeah.
in some way. I just can't imagine that happening. And for a lot of people, this place evokes a lot of emotions, like nobody's really neutral towards it. Everyone's
I'm
like,
gonna cry by the end of the speech.
no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so true.
nobody's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a whatever city. No,
Yes.
it's something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah.
something
Agree.
big.
Agree.
So,
Something big.
yeah. What about you? What would you say to other people?
So I moved to Istanbul when I was 24. I'm 29 now, and
Oof. I'm kidding.
Nasıl yani? and I feel like that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Cause I moved to Istanbul. I gained a lot of experiences. I discovered myself, and this journey is still going on.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I made this decision. I'm so happy to be in Istanbul. Really.
Yeah.
This is deep from inside.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel the same after returning here. Even though the decision to return wasn't fully, mine, it was partially immigration sponsored, but I'm still happy to be here.
Great.
But
Never saw her happier than this.
But I want to ask you a question as well.
Okay.
So imagine you had to be trapped
Okay.
in one area of Istanbul.
Oh.
Not for the rest of your life, but let's say for
And by area,
5
you mean a
years.
district or a place or I mean, what are we talking about?
It can be anything. I mean, if you can relate to a whole district, then
Okay.
sure, but a place, I guess. Like if you just had to spend every day for like 5 years in one place in Istanbul.
I guess those who know me already answered it. It's gonna be Meyhane. I want to be in Meyhane.
Okay, wait,
like
what?
a
You want to
lot.
be non-stop, like
Non-stop, I
wasted
can
on
do-
rocket?
No,
like,
I mean not only because Meyhane is the experience of Anatolian wine and dine, to be honest. And
yeah,
I love not. It's not just the alcohol we're talking here. It's the mixture, the taste.
yeah,
Making those little mezes and the herbs, fresh herbs, and the yogurt and all those, I mean, it's I really like it because of the variety of taste, smell,
yeah,
and usually the view.
yeah.
It's
They
just
do put effort into
yeah,
that one.
yeah. So it's something, and I studied a lot about history of Meyhane in Istanbul.
Really?
Yeah, it has like a very rich history.
That's
to be
a
honest.
niche subject.
Yeah, and there are some chefs in Istanbul. They have like this huge resources of different mezes, and there's some researches on it, and it's so serious. I mean, yes,
That's
when
really
you look at
cool.
when you take a look at a word Meyhane, you're like, okay, it's a place to go and get drunk, but it's not really. It's a place to discover culture and food of a
Yeah.
country.
No,
This
yeah,
country.
okay, I can see that. That's a good answer. What's your favorite meze?
What is
Just
my
a
favorite
little,
meze?
little extra.
Okay, I would say levrek marine,
Okay, wow, that's
Um,
interesting.
atom.
Oh
Atom.
yeah,
I gotta tell people what atom is.
yeah.
It's yogurt with a lot of spicy chilies, hot chilies.
It's like an atomic
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah. And also, I would say köpolu. It's like yogurt and eggplant mixed with tomatoes.
I'm kind of embarrassed right now, but I don't even know that.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at it.
Köpolu?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's try. You gotta try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I haven't. I don't even know about it. It's eggplant, you said?
I mean, eggplant, yogurt, tomato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. All right.
Yeah.
Next
Great,
time.
great. It was great talking to you.
It was great.
Yeah.
You here.
Istanbul. That's what it is. Yes. Great, wonderful. It was nice talking to you.
You
It's a
too.
lovely morning.
Yes. Great morning.
Right.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
this
so much.
conversation.
And see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.